Hello there. Hi. Is everything working? I'm back. Something seems not quite right. No, the microphone's okay. Yes, I didn't change the title. Why does my does my voice sound weird? Does it just sound weird to me? Is it? I'm gonna just listen for a second. What do I sound like? I'm gonna just listen for a second. What do I sound like? Is that what I sound like? Why does my voice? Anyway, hello there. Let's. What were we working on? We were doing Redis stuff. Let's continue to do that, perhaps. I need a new title though, or am I still just undistractable? Maybe I'll stick with undistractable. Only do like a one title per day thing. Something sounds not right. Maybe because it's the heater's on. I don't know. So last we spoke. When last we spoke, we were doing some Redis stuff, and I realized that I was doing something wrong. I want to just go back here for a second. I was wrong, and it was foolish. And I feel like I'm like really understanding this thing that when you're streaming, some part of your brain is not attentive to the problem you're supposed to be solving. That's okay. I just have to say that out loud so I feel a little better about myself. Okay, so the issue is this. The issue is that this whole thing is asynchronous. And so we're just like, great, fire off this asynchronous thing and give it a callback and then just continue right down here. So this was always false. This would never be true. Maybe there could be, I guess there's some crazy race where that could have come back in time, but it did not. So I want to just rethink this whole thing, actually, because I haven't done a ton with Express middleware, but I think that's what we really want. Right? Like, I think we want to like, so the question is, I gotta learn like how that falls into order, you know, like what's the order? And if it's truly the way you register it as far as the gets versus the uses. Great. So we got use, get, param, all these fun things. The order in which you add the middleware. I want to like, figure this out. So does the order matter here? Because gets don't have, well, they do, in fact. So do I want to like try to verify the token always and say like you can't even click this, you can't even look at this site without a token? Or that's kind of what we want to do. I think we want to let's try it. Let's just try it. So what I want to do is basically say what do we want here? I mean, we essentially want this, right? Except we do not want, and I think this is valid, to have an error. So this thing is not to handle errors. And this guy's job is just going to be, I guess we do the JSON Web Token verification first, right? Is this thing on? So we can't. We need to. We have to, because we can't even really do the cooldown until we know who you are, and we don't know who you are unless we know, unless the token worked. So what we, I believe, need to do is a little something like this. Where do we get that header? Comes from there. Yeah, let's try this. So the first thing we want to do before we do anything else is make sure that your request is cool. And I think it's okay to do it here because I think anything static will be there. So I think this will only do the dynamically served kind of stuff. So here's what we need. We need to say, basically, we check the token here, and we either return I'm good, or we return I'm not so good. The issue is, though, that next, let's see. Next always means there's an error, right? Was that not true? We go to the next matching route. Maybe it doesn't have to have an error. If you pass anything to the next function except the string route, express regards the current request as being an error. Yeah. So if you set up a bot, how does it work? I'm ready. Wait, you have a wait, you have a bot to call my bot. I love it. It's a beautiful bot. Draclin, what is this bot for? Where does your bot live? Okay, so I've trackbot. I'm sorry. So I should only speak to you through your bot. Is that the aim here? Excuse me for hitting the microphone. Okay, so here's the thing that's weird. How do we do this? Are you just supposed to modify the request? Can you just cram stuff on the request if you want? Yeah, you can just stick stuff on the request. No, you stick stuff on the result. Talk out loud in binary. That's fair. I'm not very good. I mean, I'm okay at counting in binary because, you know, but as far as remembering letter encodings in binary. Is 0A? Is that always true? So what's the right thing to do here? I knew when I was in NYU, there were some people doing some experiments with kind of aimbotting, like using machines to analyze the video output they were doing first-person shooters, but they were analyzing video, which maybe that's how all aimbots work. I don't actually know much about it, but they were doing video analysis to try to figure out how to shoot people better, I guess, to get headshots. Uses memory. They were specific. Their area of research was oh, okay, hard to detect that way. Their area of research was specifically in the computer vision part, so maybe that's why they were focused on it. I really just overheard them talking. I don't know much about it. Okay, so this is gonna just log a thing and then go to the next thing. But what is the appropriate way to say I want to pass data to you to the next handler. Like, you know, this is we just say thanks. That's probably not exactly right. Like, you could seemingly just cram things onto the request or the result, but that doesn't send a response, send a special. Well, that's cool. What games were you cheating at? That's a good origin story. Oh, best pattern for passing data. Great. That's what I want to know. The request object is used for context about the request. More than one thing middleware can contribute to the context. The practice isn't exactly equivalent. Okay, so it seems reasonable to add stuff to the request. Jam Legend. That's great. I like that. Should we play Jam Legend on stream? Does it exist? I don't have Flash installed. I don't want Flash installed. This does not seem like the best. Attach a route to the request object. Well, this is weird. This is saying to attach your variable to the request, not result. But result.locals is the recommended way. Is this what is this where I need to be? I see. Once set the value of locals persists through the life of the application. Or res locals for the lifetime of the request. That's what we want. An object contains response local variables scoped to the result and therefore available only to the views rendered during that request. Okay, I think we want this. So we'll just start cramming things in there. With the Jerry C, what is this, Cannon Rock? Man, I love that. Wow, Draklin, we're almost to the 10-year anniversary of your video upload. Have you ever watched the video of that? Jerry C's Cannon Rock? Okay. So I think this seems like the appropriate way to do this. So this is what we want to do. In here, we don't return errors anymore. We just want to append here. So we are going to say the following. We will call next with this error. Or next. With this error. We don't even really need this separate level here. We just call next with an object that has a message and a status code. Because if we're calling next, we're feeding something to next, it's an error. So it's redundant to say, hey, this is an error. Just some dude. There's two famous videos. Cannon Rock, 1 and 2 ends. This dude. This is the one that I always watched. Love this guy. Hey, I created this. No, don't shut your filthy mouth. There's another one, another famous version on it that's somebody else playing it, but I believe this is the composer. I mean, this is the person who did that particular arrangement. Just like some dude sitting in his bedroom. He does this cool little... Man, I watched this a trillion times. This guy's so good. I'm about to get a content flag for this. ...2006. We don't have to watch this, but I love it. Everyone should watch it. Okay, so now we will just send to our middleware, which makes that easier. And now the thing to do here is to just have like a I don't know what to call this. What is the proper term for that? It's like the payload. Like the payload is the thing we want. So do we call it the JWT payload? Let's just call it payload. That seems weird. That's not very descriptive. Let's call it JSON Web Token. What does verify actually return? So we try to get the header. Wait, this is not what I want in here. I just want the headers. Okay, we get the header. If it exists and it begins with that bearer prefix, then we will grab that token and then let's call it payload, and we will just do that and call next. If that verify fails, then we will throw this error. If you didn't have the header to begin with, we will do this. So that means that by the time we get here, the payload should be in res.locals.payload. And that should be similarly true for this. And then we don't even need this thing. This whole function can go. We still need this stuff. Or maybe we bump this up somewhere else. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's okay there. Okay, so now it seems like we're okay. But that could easily mean that this is not working. So let's go in and put in a little more logic. Is my order bad here? Is this even happening? So this happens. Why would we never see this? That makes it seem like we're not succeeding. Request.headers.authorization. So why did I not get to there? Oh, because I didn't update this. This wants to look at No, that seems right. We're sending a message and a status code that should come in as the error. What the heck's the problem here? What happened here? I break my consoles. These consoles, these Video Studio terminals seem to explode a fair amount. Okay. I am trying to turn what we were working on earlier into Express middleware. So middleware is just like, as you're routing through, it's just a way to just insert some code in that process, which will solve that goofy problem where I was doing something silly earlier, trying to do synchronous code in an asynchronous world. It's foolish. Oops, yes. But now I'm kind of confused. So that's getting a no. These are the request headers. Is this an ordering problem? That's something I don't feel like I fully understand. Seemingly broken something, Dracman. I've torn it all to pieces. Yet again. I've done it again. What's in... So just don't have authorization headers? That's what's going on here? Why? The raw headers. I like accidentally comment out to the thing that adds the headers. It's right here. Here's the set request. Headers, authorization. So it's a couple things here. It's like it's probably structured wrong. Is probably the short answer to this. But next should just send us through. Like basically, we want this exact same thing, and we want to check those headers. But why would those headers not be available at this point? Well, that doesn't really make sense. Because they were working previously. There's a couple problems. One, why is this not working when we pass an object into next, when we have the node JWT, we're passing an object to next, and I would have thought that since this has an error handler that it would get passed through here to here. Okay, we did. It just didn't come out here. Because what did I do? What fun thing did I do wrong? error. So here's like the result dot status. Send error message. This was working earlier, right? Right? Like, is this just this whole thing screwed? Screwed up? I break everything with this? Well, we got an internal server error this time, so that's cool. This is still not going to work because the payload's not, we won't have the channel. But I would not have expected us. Why don't we know about our headers at this point? Like we always did before, didn't we? Why does this get so broken? That's just the viewer. Why is that not coming out here? That's pretty weird, right? And should this really be? I don't exactly know why this would make a difference, but no, we're just not getting the result here. So we're not sending anything back, even though here we're doing. What's my problem? I don't know. And yeah, great, something blew up. We have message. I mean, is this because cooldown screwed up? Is this screwing us up here, actually? No, that's our new structure. So those should be fine. I think I'm just doing some dumb thing that you're not supposed to do in Express. Like I'm just making some mistake. I am totally confused why I would not have authorization headers at this point. Headers at authorization. This one has them. Why? build and understand, hey, maybe that'd be a good thing to do. Press get header name. So there's very clearly a bearer here, for sure, and the request.headers.authorization. But when I'm looking at that here, I got nothing. Why is this the truth? What is my problem? Make sure the middleware is declared before the routes to which the middleware should apply. I don't want it to apply to the static stuff. I want it to apply to these jokers. And it seems we never get here, but I do get here, and then we just are done. Oh, maybe I have an idea. Maybe something's breaking. Ah. That's weird that this is throwing errors here now and previously was not. Like, before we were seeing that. We were capturing that. And this all worked earlier, did it not? Cool. Well, I'm gonna just continue down this path for the moment, and we will hopefully arrive at a place that makes sense. So this is our verification check. I don't know why we don't have headers here. Don't know the answer. But we want to do another one of these, and this is going to be our cooldown check. And so instead of this dude down here with check cooldown, we will do all that in some middleware. We could certainly break this out in a way that made more sense, but let's just try to get it to work first. So this thing is going to need to know about the opaque ID. And that's going to be in the payload, which is going to be in result.locals. Let's just take this as well. And then we're going to do the whole thing. Now in this case, what we need to do is, if we're good, just call next. And if we are not good, call next with this. Am I supposed to be calling return next? Is that my problem? Maybe that's my whole problem. I think that's my whole problem. I think I just have the syntax wrong. Okay. Good to know. So this thing, instead of cooldown true, we don't ever care about that actually. We just care about this. And we don't need to do this. And I think my whole problem is that I'm not like returning up the chain. I hope that's the whole problem at least. And that I'm just abusing. I hope nobody ever watches this that knows how to use Express and gets furious at me. Okay, so we don't even need this anymore. We just need that key. Okay, that's clearly not the whole problem. Maybe not clearly, but it does not seem to be the whole problem, because that still doesn't explain why we don't have anything here. In my implementation, Jacqueline, or just in the broad wide world? I'm probably just doing something fully wrong. Was route the thing you were supposed to say if it's okay? The world, the whole world? Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just missing something because this was previously kind of working and then I've fully broken it, which is fine. But okay, we don't want to do this anymore. This is our error. We're getting to our error, dude, and we're spitting stuff out, but now suddenly this doesn't handle it like it did a little while ago. Let's restart the developer rig just to make sure. It likes to break. Let's host all this nonsense again. Let's go in here, let's refresh this, let's click. Okay, we're requesting stuff and it's breaking, and weirdly, when we go here, we're getting 403s here, but we're supposed to be capturing this, like, like that was working earlier, and we were seeing the response codes. I thought, but Maybe not. Okay, we don't have to check any of this stuff anymore. Basically, if we get to this point, we should be good. And then we just need to get the payload. And we can say thanks for everything. Similarly, we also need the payload here. We create a message, whatever, and then out here we're like, hey, thanks. That's the error. Continue handling this request. Maybe we don't want that, actually. I don't think we want to do that. Because we don't want to go to the next root handler, we want to go to the next middleware. In the case of this. But this is still, we got a problem like all the way at the top of the heap, which is here. Writing middleware. So for example, this thing should do its deal, and then it should call next, and that should just be all happy. Draclin, what am I doing? What am I doing? This is my Valentine's Eve. I'm supposed to be on a date with Redis, and this date is not going well. Why do the headers? Why don't we have the headers? Why are the headers missing? Why? It's just not even in there. Like... Like, we should have a big old bearer thing in here. These don't even look like headers. Well, let's scroll through this whole thing. Looking for our bearer token. Raw headers. Headers. Incoming message. Am I insane? That's for the response. We want the request headers. Maybe Dustin has the answers. I mean, is it? I'm gonna just try. I don't even know. Let's try this. What tremendously obvious thing am I missing? What like stupendously obvious thing is just not is escaping me? Do you have any insight? I mean, do you have any familiarity with Express? I'm sure you could be helpful even without it. I just am not. I feel like I'm just missing something here. Like that I should be able to have all headers in this middleware up here, but maybe that's not true. Like inside this. Jacqueline, aren't you doing important things? Are you playing Rocket League? What are you doing? You're playing Rocket League. You can't get distracted by this nonsense. Playing your last match, the championship match. Like there's two things happening that I don't understand. One is what is wrong with my error handling, because I'm obviously getting to the error handling, but now it is causing browser errors instead of like just being consumed and displayed like it was earlier, which kind of makes me feel like I broke something in here, because I should be like catching the error here. I think I really changed much in that thing. Maybe it's time to go here. We've changed so much stuff here, just an outrageous amount. But we were always using request.headers.authorization is always what we were using. We were using it in a route, I guess, rather than a use. Okay, so here's the way this middleware works, I believe. Middleware just means like you get an HTTP request up here, and then down here you want to send a result, and you just have this chain of things that can happen. And I've written middleware before, but I guess I've never run into this because the headers weren't a problem. But the idea is that you just go down this chain. It's like, okay, check this code, check this code, check this code. And you should be able to bail out anytime you want by passing an error, and that should take you down to the custom error handler, which kind of seems to be working. Or you can say, okay, we're good, just go on to the next thing. But right now, so previously when I was just at these individual route levels where I'm saying like, oh, when you hit this URL, do this thing. we were able to look at the JWT authorization header. This works here, but in my middleware up here, I don't seem to have it. And I'm very confused as to why. And it could be that I've structured something wrong, certainly. I mean, it's almost guaranteed. Let's try like fake passing this through and just calling next instead of saying an error. And let's make sure we at least get to the cooldown check. I don't have an error. I mean, I have the error that I'm firing, but my error is that when I check that object, it doesn't have a value. Okay, so I did make it to cooldown. So this next, like the idea of saying next and going from one route or one, what do you call that, piece of middleware to the next is working. The problem is, you know, remember when we were messing with all the authorization stuff, that all that business was inside request.headers.whatever, and it's not here. And in fact, we get to cooldown, and weirdly, in cooldown, no, okay, it's undefined. Like we get here and then it's undefined. So let's call next here and just skip over this. And then I kind of predict that, yeah, check this out. So who's calling this one? And why would that work? Why would that not crash? And why do I have two? Why is that printed twice? We got a lot of mysteries here. Okay, let's just try request.headers, authorization, and all these places. So we're gonna try this first. And then even if you, in fact, like even before we even do anything, we're going to call next and just send you to the next, basically saying like, hey, you're good. Or, I think it's supposed to be return next. I should actually verify that. That really could be my whole problem. Yeah, I know, you're right. I know, identify what I'm doing. There's cases where it's next and there's cases where it's return next. Okay, so return next. Okay, so return next seems like the thing I should be doing. So let's go up here and we'll console log this, and then we will just immediately bail out of this, which should send us straight into cooldown. Yeah, like that's cool. This is all commented or like dimmed. Now we're going to be in this world. And in this case, we're going to do this. And then we're going to go in here. And there's really no next here. Other than just error. I don't actually know what it's going to do in that case. Okay, something I changed. Now it's working? That 404 is only because I actually didn't return anything. That's just because this click got requested and then I didn't say you're good. So it must send to the default error handler. Or this isn't even my error handler. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, but that almost seems like it's working now. So why is that true? Did I have a typo? Something silly? Because if I get rid of this, I may have accidentally fixed it by just shuffling things around. Okay, do you see that? When I logged this here, oh, it's like it went through twice. Okay. That doesn't seem good. Look at this, it's getting called twice. And one time it knows the headers and another time it doesn't. My shirt, this, it's just a t-shirt. I need to do laundry. I'm down to like grim levels. We're in grim laundry territory at this point. Okay, so this looks like something that's happening. This looks like we actually are like querying twice. Middleware is running twice. Wait, what was different between those two things? Oh yeah, okay, sure. Let's try this. Maybe all will be revealed. That URL is there and the URL is there. Paste bin all this code? I can. I feel like I'm okay, so now we know that that's getting called twice, and that's the problem. So why would that be true? What's weird here, though, is like, this seems like their problem was like, oh, because it was calling other stuff. This doesn't seem to be true. Middleware mounted without a path will be executed for every request to the app. Ah. So what is actually the right solution here? I actually thought I tried that. Well, let's try that once more, where we actually throw in a... Oh, is one being matched by this? You try to return null on my click down here? Well, this was just a test. Like this, null, I don't think you actually. This I was just because this is all fake here. I mean, really, the thing here to do would be to just say thanks. Just return here. You think it's like wrapping around or something weird? Like this stuff is happening before I even get to the click handling because the click handling's there. So it's like we get called. That's very peculiar. I mean, I kind of believe that it's related to not having a URL here. So what if this only got called, if that middleware was like, I just don't understand why that's two requests though. Like what, why are there two things that happen? Maybe we need to go look at our click code because maybe we really are doing something twice. So that's getting called for just slash. Still twice though. Request path, good plan. I did the URL but not the path. Let's try it. Path and URL are the same. It kind of seems like I'm calling it twice. Like it seems like I'm calling it once without the header. Like I'm actually calling it once without the header. Sort of. What am I doing here? I'm doing this request send. Is calling the open doing it? Should this be false? Like, actually, here's a test. Let's not do this send and try a click, and if we get it, then it's wrong on that end. Okay, no. That doesn't seem to be true. Why does the send... seem to happen twice? Also, why do I have a null in here? That's the request body. So that doesn't matter because it's a get, right? The 404 causes the middleware to run to... maybe. But why would that happen first? Like, we're failing... whatever the first call is doesn't have the headers. That doesn't seem to have the header we want. Oh, I should. Let's check the method. Let's do it. Path was just the same as URL. It's a get an options. What is an options? Well, Draklin, you're onto something. That's not what we want. Like, how to handle an options request. I don't want an options request. Really, should this one be? Should this one be the options one? Or this is just for every... So we need to manually check the method? Oh, there's an app.options. So should this thing be... Because this is where we're saying like access control origin and all that jazz. Should we not do that? Should we have our own app options up here? I kind of forgot we added this. The options send to 200. Look at that. Yeah, you're right. It's generating the options request, and I was just handling that as another piece of middleware and not as a... this should have been an options, I guess. So this is for handling options, and then we'll grab the options before we even get to the rest of the stuff. That is not what I was doing. I was calling next, but we shouldn't do that. I think. What do we need to do? Why is this mad? What's the syntax for this? What a ridiculous problem. Thank you for helping me get through that. It didn't even occur to me that there would be another call, but there was, and by doing this, so the thing that was killing me was code I had copied and pasted basically to add the authorization header to this. Draklin, your hero. That's what I get for copying, pasting code, and trusting it. I guess I didn't realize that actually, that those were two separate requests. Now we know. Okay, now we have to figure out why everything else is broken. But I feel confident that we can at least start to move through these things. Okay, so you don't need to. So now we are gonna. We have a valid JSON. Okay, everything's fine. Now it's all cake. Now it's all easy. Now it's all a piece of cake. Draklin, your hero. What now? Are we still bailing? We're still bailing. Draklin, how dare this computer do exactly what I told it to? Okay, so we got a valid JSON web token. And we didn't get caught in cooldown. Let's just add some logging here. There was some K&R quote. Gosh, what was it? Kernighan print statements. I saw somebody like in the chat on a Jonathan Blow stream sort of hating on this statement, but I find this to be true. This was 40 years ago. The most effective debugging tool is still careful thought coupled with judiciously placed print statements. I think that's still 1000% true, personally. I feel like that's my whole life. Like, it's all just logging until you find the problem. Okay, so we have a valid cooldown, so we made it here, and then we should be calling next, which should send us here. So what's going wrong here? So we're getting to the click. We're not getting to this response, seemingly. Unless we're like dying in our... Oh yeah, great. Uh-oh, Draklin, the options thing. Uh-oh. We have to respond to this not only with options, I think we have to do it always. Well, just out of habit and comfort. Well, I mean, I guess I spent so much time doing web stuff that like a debugger just was not part of my life. So web stuff, debuggers don't work, and like shaders and stuff, debuggers don't work. And so I feel like print statements have always been my jam. I think it's getting easier to debug GPU-ish stuff, but still, I mean, okay, the problem is this is annoying, but it asks you the options for the headers, but you also have to actually send them. So the question is whether we just do this twice. Like, handle the options in the case of options, and then handle otherwise call next if it's not an options. Which is kind of dumb. And now we get thanks. Yeah, no kidding. That was PHP was really like the first. I did some, I don't know, I did various and sundry like random programmy stuff, but I feel like the first thing that I latched onto to be like, all right, I'm going to build things was PHP. And then parallel to that, I was writing like cute little C things, but yeah, I guess you're probably right. Like, but we just have to do both of these seemingly. There's probably some smart way to make this only happen once, and we could check the method. That's what we could do, is if method is options, well, there's a constant for that. No, I mean method, like... like, what are the values? Is it safe to say that it is literally going to be options? I guess so. Yeah. Oh, look, look, look. Draklin, they're doing exactly the thing. This very thing that I want to do. Yeah, if... This seems backwards to me. Is, yeah, if it's options, okay. I should have copied and pasted and stolen the code from here, from the express, from this man, John Zhang, than wherever I stole it from instead. I should have trusted you, John Zhang. My bad. Yeah, we just want a condition. I don't like the order he has going on here, though. I have to say. I'm going to switch this around because it makes me uncomfortable. Okay, are we happy now? I think we're happy now. Pre-flighted requests. But isn't it weird that it would do the pre-flight? I guess that's fair. Like, and then get mad at you when the actual request came through. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It maybe isn't fully intuitive, but okay. So now we are accounting for this thing. All this middleware. The good news is seems to be middlewaring. So here's the real question though: how fast can I click? Right now, I can click infinitely fast. Oh, because I'm having horrible errors here. What's my problem? Oh, the headers were sent. Who sent the headers? If we just called next to get here, why would we have any headers at that point? Okay. We're not out of the woods yet. I feel like we're close though. So when we're not in cooldown, we're okay. Otherwise, I weirdly can't send this. Cannot set headers after they are sent to the client. Who sent the headers to the client? We should not have gotten to click yet. Should this really be up here? Doesn't really seem like it. Those should pass through though. That works. Weird. I thought these would get skipped over because they don't take an error, and if we pass that parameter. I don't think so. I think the headers are prepared. Well, they are. There's the pre-flight, and that response is the options request, but that's a separate request. So that's what we're sending here. This one, right? And then our actual headers that we want to send, we're going to pass through to here, then to here, then to here. And apparently the error handling needed to happen first, but that's fine. Okay, so there's a problem, and that problem is the structure of my cooldown message seems wrong. Why is that the case? Is that the right syntax for that? Who is this? Who is this object? And why am I getting to click? I shouldn't be getting to click if there's an error. Oh, I can't do this. No, this is not okay. I can't do this yet. This can't happen. I'm responding there. This has to be conditional inside here. That's my whole jam. So we can set you in here. Maybe we can't actually. Maybe we have to wait until the callback. Okay, that kind of makes sense. We really want to do this in both cases, though. I think we have to do that because I guess there's some danger that you could set it and then this asynchronous thing happens and like, I wonder if that's actually really possible. Okay, are we there? Did we make it? Too many requests. Look at that. Incredible. Okay, I'm sorry, Dreklin. We are now. What was the rate you were sending your clickerator? Like how many clicks per second were you sending? You had different rates? Because like a full second seems a bit long. You were sending 9,000 per second? Really? Even on the ones that slowly scanned? Oh, I see. I don't know. Maybe it's time for me to add the Dreklin exception. It'd be really easy. Okay, well this is much, I don't know that this is visually cleaner, but the structure I think is better. It's better because it actually works, which is an improvement. I don't know quite where to put this. This is where we set the value. I'm afraid to put it down here because I feel like there's some chance that you could set it and then it would immediately get read. I don't know. I don't actually know if that's possible to happen. But this seems safe-ish, like a way to avoid it. So I think we can get rid of some of this logging. Thank you again, Dreklin, for helping me narrow that down. That would have taken me some time because that whole thing up here just had not even occurred to me. A rubber ducky. Like Ernie? Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm totally fond of you. Rubber ducky, joy of joys. When I squeeze you, you make noise. Those are all the words I know. I don't know if we're gonna keep that clear, a clear thing. Maybe to just sing Sesame Street songs? This didn't actually seem to work, trying to catch the connection error. Pardon me, please. I don't know that was really helping us out much. So let's do this. Let's do instead of doing, because I feel like I don't want this all up here, like this whole thing. I'll do like cooldown check. Just so we can like structure this stuff together. Uh-oh, what's my problem? Does it have to be declared before you use it? Maybe? Maybe we'll start breaking some of this into separate files. I don't know if I want to do that or not. It's like right on the line of feeling like there's too much stuff. What's your problem? of too much stuff in one file. Oh man, this is annoying. So I really can't have this down here. But I want it down here. Okay. I don't want to deal with this right now. We'll just put it back where it was. Let it break. Get out of here, you. Okay, this seems. So what do you think is an actually reasonable cooldown? Like, what's a normal like chat cooldown? One per second? 1 per second seems so slow. Well, maybe you're right. That's actually something I should probably set up as an environmental variable. Do something on the client side. Yeah, I mean, you'd kind of never know. Like, you know, I could you'll know. Nah, you'll never know. All right. It's your own fault. How dare you? How dare you click so much? I mean, the thing I could do is I could make it where you like don't see the little click cursor. Actually, I haven't tried that yet. Like drawing a custom cursor, because we could make the cursor a little timer after every click so that you would know. I don't really want to do that, but we could. It's a thing we could do. Okay, this whole file. What did I do wrong? Uh-oh, did I undo a bunch of stuff I didn't mean to do? Did I go too far back in time? Uh-oh. No, I don't know what happened anymore. Oops. No, don't debug. I pushed the wrong button. Get out of here. Yeah, but is that weird to like queue up clicks like that? I don't know. I feel like if you're spamming it, I don't know. I kind of feel like if you're spamming it, it's your fault. I don't know if I want all the extra clicks. I mean, you're right. It wouldn't be too hard, but I don't know if I want all those clicks. I don't know if like, even if they are timed out or, you know, stepped out a little bit. I'm going to say, what am I going to say? Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that we will man, I don't like the way this is structured. Excuse me. let's add an environmental variable or one, and so we can at least tune it without having to redeploy. And not overthunk. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the idea of just saying you get a little cursor. When it's armed, you can click, and then it, if anything, it has a little timer there. I think that's what I like, because I don't want all these people's clicks. Gross, clicking all over me. Okay, this thing seems functional. Click Mississippi. Click Mississippi. Click Mississippi. Click Mississippi. I think we're good. Okay. Do I even need to send, like, is it redundant to send a message when... I guess it doesn't hurt. Okay, I think, pardon me, please. I think this is I think it's an improvement. I don't know the shortcut to open the terminal. I thought I did. Control Shift backtick. Bash, bash, bash. Okay. Let's take a look at the diff. Is there anything horrible in here? So this was just to make sure that we were not too ridiculous. And now we handle options properly. Great. Now we handle our token stuff as middleware, and we handle cooldown land as middleware. And then we have errors next, and then down here we have our actual routes, which I'm still not sure how why we weren't getting to the error when it was down here, because it seems like I should have skipped all these jokers. We're sending thanks for some reason. I don't know. Really, we could just send status 200. I don't know that we actually need to send the data there. Down here, we got rid of token stuff because we moved it upstairs. Okay, and then we added the Redis for the tokens. So I'm like functionality, I feel like this is pretty good. I don't like it structurally. I would prefer to like split it up a little more, but the middleware problem is you can't add middleware unless it's defined. We could add some more files. I just kind of don't want to. Like, this is not, I don't know that I want to feel like I need to like dive through a bunch of files to figure things out. There's other ways we could reorganize. Excuse me, please, but I think this looks pretty good. Okay, so not middleware. So now let's deploy this and then see how it goes. Draclin, how I'm gonna give you your backdoor. Look, if I just did a little thing in here that was like, if Draclin, if reply, or if Draclin, you're good. In fact, we could just have a Draclin check right here that just passed you right through. Okay, so let's do an EB deploy with this thing. It's your classic Draclin check. If you just break out the old computer science book, it's in like basically any computer science book you check. Often called the Drac check for short. Oh, Unity is still running. Well, this is great because once this deploys, then we can try to decide if it actually works. So let's go to AWS. No, where am I? My console. Beanstalk. Deployed successfully. Can you do EB logs? I don't know if this is what I really want. What? Why is it updating my environment? Uh-oh. I don't understand this weird thing where like it's the Redis connection doesn't work at first and then suddenly it's good. It makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong with Redis. Let's check. It's possible that the URL I picked is not the right one because it's like clustered in a weird way that I don't know that I fully understand. Like this is not really the URL I'm supposed to use here. I'm supposed to use this application load balancer URL. But that's for that, and I think we're already we're pointed to the right place for that. So we need to go to Elasticache. And then this is my Redis friend. Is this my primary? Like I don't exactly know what. This is the primary endpoint, so this is what I put in. Let me just double check that. Pardon me while I check. While I push buttons. I don't remember where that is. I think it is back in the Beanstalk dashboard. This is great. I'm gonna find it in no time. Under software, Redis URL. Heat Redis TIHTLNG001. That seems right. I don't know what's going on with that thing where it like can't connect to Redis at first. Is it because the other instance is already connected, or like, what's the deal with that? It's weird. Okay, but maybe it works. Oh, I forgot we're still in VR mode. Oops. Okay, let's go back here. That thing runs. I'm not running heat, so I just zoomed in on my own face and startled myself slightly. If I looked startled, that's why. Am I not running the... This is not good news. Kind of feels like we're not getting clicks. That server was still running. That's this Joker, right? Connected means we're connected to Socket.io, and connection should mean we are connected to... Okay, it seems like we're not getting clicks. Bad news. Bad news. What have I done? Beanstalk. Logs. Wait, why do the times on these look so weird? That wasn't... I didn't do that 4 minutes ago, did I? Like, look at this. Like, Redis dies a bunch of times, and then suddenly it's like, I'm good. Maybe it only happens twice. Now, I know there's something about it where it like tries to run things in different ways, but committed an error. Oh no, there's a bug. Oh no, what is it? I don't want to know. Tracklin. This. Whew. That was just enough time. That was brilliantly timed. Brilliantly timed. I don't know if I want to show this on stream. I don't know that we want to I don't know that we want to do this to stream. I think this is just something we keep to ourselves. Very good. Very well done. You had me like looking like, what is it? Did you like put a little something somewhere and then suddenly? Can you make it like a browser plugin that just replaces every image with that? Oh, I wasn't really prepared to see it that many times. But here we are. Okay, thank you for that. The extension backend service works, redirects me. What did I do? Draclin, heat is not working for you? Like, is it? Like if you click, you get anything? Oh, this is throwing cross-origin stuff. But didn't we? This says no access allow what? No access control allow origin header is present. But it is. Right? Isn't that the whole stupid thing we're doing here? Well, I have that course header right here. Why do I get an options request after making a post? Oh, right. Did you find somebody else? I mean, that's essentially what we're doing here, right? Like, we could require cores, but I feel like cores is just that. I mean, maybe we try the npm cores package. But this has always worked. Like, this has totally been working always. It's only something new that I've done has broken it. Because this was not having problems before. So cores was a problem initially, and I added this. And then further along, there was the problem of, you know, what? Of this, having the ability to add the authorization header. So those were two separate problems that I thought was all solved in the same place. So this has been working. Unless there's something wrong with, like, I mean, should this just be an always thing and not a sometimes thing? Like, we just always do this, and if it's a the age header, But this makes me feel like this header isn't happening. Because this header was always working before. Like, this header's always been fine. I kind of just want to delete this and try that. Let's just do this. I'll do this quickly, and if this doesn't work, then we can try adding additional headers. But this has worked the whole time. It seems weird that it would just suddenly not be cool. Oh, that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I just wonder if it's because of like this being like iframe inside of iframe inside of iframe. It's something about the request is a little different. So maybe if we just run it always, I don't know. But that's my current guess. Like we said, we kind of had a condition, even though it was /* and it seemed like it should always run. We kind of had a condition. Who knows? Who knows anything? Why is anything anything? Well, I'm not getting cross origin, but I'm also not getting clicks. Is that just because the server's not back? Uh-oh, red is bad. Degraded. Why is that the case? Cool. Any personal info? I hope not. That AWS console? I don't think it does. I have the secret variables are hidden or are supposed to be hidden. Let me know if you saw anything that was secret. Okay, this is still wrong. But this is saying just no access control allow origin header is set at all. So like, is this wrong? Jacqueline, go to bed. Have a lovely night. Sweet dreams. Thank you again for your help. But I really don't think it's the age. Because this seems like it's just not there. I guess we can like dive in and try to... Have dreams. Have dreams of access control. I'm never going to solve it. Okay, I'll solve it. Okay, well, let's try running local again, and let's try this dumb jerk again, and let's do this stuff. And this works. So let's look at developer tools. Can I like see every request that goes through? So these are my clicks. This is the headers. Access control, allow origin. Access control, allow origin on both the options and the get. Almost as like this route is not running or something. I guess that should just go next. It should just go through. Rafaltra. Rafaltra? How do I say that? So the problem is all this is working in isolation, and I made a bunch of changes to this Node.js backend for this Twitch extension, and now the problem is, even though it really seems like I'm getting the headers I want, how do I break this out? How do you break out DevTools? It is telling me that there is no access control on origin headers. So let's go back over here. We get so much nonsense from Twitch. So I do these clicks. Actually, let's not do this one. Let's do no, not my dashboard, my secrets. Inspect, network, turn on heat, click and start getting errors. Oops. I turn on heat. Well, now am I not getting errors? Wait, come back, console. Are those my clicks? I have request method options, and I'm getting that. What a weird thing. It's like it doesn't have a request method. It's like okay, there's all those clicks. Great. So weirdly, here it looks like 3 go through. So this is the options request, and I get an access control allow origin for anything. This is a strange mystery. We're having a strange mystery here. But then it says, well, this is weird. 502 error. Oh, 502. That's just bad gateway. This makes it seem like something's just breaking. So this is the options request. That's the options request. And then the get request. And it is returning. We do have the bearer here. Is it because I'm not calling return next here? Is it really that silly? Because it does seem like it's... I think maybe that was something I had fixed, and then I hit scottgarner.github.io. No, so it's not... well, but it's from where I'm requesting from, right? Or like where I'm... has been blocked by the course policy, but because I have this set to star, shouldn't it be good? Actually, that's weird. Yeah, because this is saying no header is on the requested resource. So I think it is. The HTTP server I'm requesting is not scottgarner.github.io. That's the origin. The place I'm requesting is heat-ebs. And when that is showing in the response headers this. And this was working totally fine a little earlier until I tried to add user cooldowns to the clicking and probably broke something in the process. Because I also did restructure how I was sending those headers. I definitely did restructure some stuff here. I mean, am I totally backwards on that? This was definitely working totally fine until I reworked some things up top. So it's a little weird. In case it's not clear, the way Twitch loads extensions like this is just a bunch of iframes, and deep inside is an iframe, and that is the iframe that you're actually clicking is hosted at scottgarner.github.io, but the request that you're making is to heat.ebs.j38.net. Too many things open. I'm lost. Okay. I know that got very blinky. Apologies. Okay. Come back, friend. This is now seemingly back. I guess I could change this to test the remote thing also. Meanwhile, in this window, that didn't seem like it worked at all. Is the server not back up yet? Are you lying to me? This is very sad because it was working so very well earlier. It worked better before I put in the cooldowns. So what's going on, network? I wonder if clicks still go through if I pause you. Okay. So there's a bunch of my clicks. And if I'm doing clicks, no refer, access control, now errors, all of these errors. So 502 bad gateway though is like something went very badly. So I think what's actually happening is we're just dying somewhere along the way. I don't think it's actually a course problem. I think it's that we're dying, and it's just the fact that when we die, we're not sending any of the proper headers. So how do we debug that? If I had to guess where the problem was, I would probably guess that it was related to the new Redis stuff we added. That would be my assumption. Let's look at logs. I kind of commented out on the logging, which I shouldn't have done, but let's take a gander. Look, it's so weird that the first few runs the Redis doesn't work. I don't know what that problem is. Okay, so failed our receiving response header. I mean, we definitely. Okay, I think we just need to go stick in some logging. Because what I think is happening. What I think is happening is that we're like dying in here somewhere. And it's going bad. It's kind of weird that we don't see an error though. So is there like a place that I'm accidentally kind of going dead end? Well, can I tail with EB? Stream. EB log stream. Oops. What? Instance log streaming is disabled. Okay, how do you turn that on? I want it. CloudWatch enable. Enable instance log streaming to CloudWatch for your environment. Okay. It's gonna cost me money. How do I do it? Okay, hopefully we're getting set up to where we can stream logs live, which will be helpful, I think. And then we want to just throw in a bunch of logging, I guess, because I don't quite know what to do otherwise at this moment. Make sure that runs. Oh. Seems to. Okay. Error, HTTP client error. Client raised and unhandled exception. That doesn't, we got some spelling problems in our error logs. Then what we were gonna do was this. We were gonna do this, and we needed one of these. No, not that. You got mesmerized by the Windows scaling. Yeah, those are just going out and getting lost in the universe, it seems. Okay, we got 1,000,000 logs. Great. So maybe too many. Like, all these are going out, which is great. They are not coming back alive. I want to stream one log in particular. Is that possible? Okay, block by quarters. Yeah, right. How can I log just the node log? What's the answer? I don't know the answer. Well, that's not really like, let me see the thing I want. Let's see. So we can do eb help log. Okay, so retrieve all logs, stream I am not, man, I'm making me miss Heroku again. AWS, it was so easy to tail their logs. How do I do it? Okay, so this is misleading, I feel. 502. Like, just getting lost in space somewhere, and I feel like it's during our cooldown check. That's my hunch. Where are you? You. Let me just see what you're doing. So we don't get any errors though, which is what's weird. Well, that doesn't seem good. Like, look at us get to these cooldown checks and then we don't get to the clicks. That seems suspicious, right? Like something bad is going on in the cooldown check? feel like we're dying in a cooldown check. Is my feeling. It could be that the Redis client did not properly connect, and that's the error we're seeing here, and that's not the other Redis issue. I definitely was not super careful about this. Isn't Redis URL what we want? Redis URL. Well, let's just try to do some stuff here, so we can at least know. No, not you. Oops. Of course not. Okay, we got a Redis client connected there. I feel like maybe we're not getting connected in Beanstalk land. I feel like this logging isn't really working. Well, yeah, you could SSH in and I guess look at those, sure. This looks like what I want. What's my env? Heat EBS dev? Okay, that started showing stuff. But it weirdly, like, eventually works. Why? Why is that the case? Except it doesn't really seem like it's actually like tailing. So in this doesn't seem, did I not do the thing? So this doesn't seem to continuously tail, which is annoying. Not you. Just to play again, just in case I didn't. I'm not seeing the... I not save that? Why am I not seeing these things? Unless like the error catch isn't working, like if this is not happening. But it's so weird. This seems like, hey, I totally failed. And then here it seems like, no, I'm good. I'm totally good. But I'm not seeing that the Redis create client. Maybe it doesn't actually, you know what? This would be kind of funny. Let's see. This is potentially going to be a funny joke. Could just, well, no, because that's been working locally. It works locally, but maybe. So Redis, that's just gets the create client. Options can have a key, or the key is just socket.io. Timeout. But the URI just seems like it goes straight in. Well, that doesn't seem too suspicious. Now this is because this is the socket. That's why would we be emitting earlier? We like the only place we emit is when something has happened, so that's a little weird. We don't do like an initial message when we turn on socket.io. No. How do we never get this? This is not very fun. Look, we got so close and then suddenly everything's stupid. So after listening, we should get that Redis client connected. And we seemingly are not, which seems bad. There's some very important options to create client. I'm not sending, so options. Give it a Redis reroll. Redis SS. I'm kind of curious about what options we get in here other than just a key. What was going on in here? So their options were really just pub sub, key, request timeout. I don't even see key in there. Is that a thing? Prefix all. We're also not seeing the error, so it's like it's timing out eventually. Okay, it is timing out. Okay, so our Redis connection is timing out. What's really weird about that is that's the same URL we're using. That's the same URL we're feeding to here. I wonder if we can just share it. Is that the secret easy answer here? That might be the secret easy answer. Justin Musty hosting for 13 viewers. Thank you. You're just right in time to watch me get stuck on a boring problem. Very exciting stuff. Is it musty? I hope it is. Moosty? Oh, we're so close on this. I could just feel it. I can feel the closeness. Here's the thing. When we do this, return from Redis for the pub and for the sub. I know you timed this perfectly. It was really brilliant timing. Man, I could have any other time I could have shown you something cool. We could terraform the Earth together. Did you just finish streaming? How was your stream? I know you were doing. Yeah, you were watching the stream carefully for me, waiting for the most confused look. Cool. What were you streaming about? It's just some stupid URI thing. That's the problem here. Okay, I guess go to secret mode. Nobody look while I look at the secret environmental variables file. Oh, where is it? I can't even look at it. That's how secret it is. That's that URL. That looks like a URL to me. Let's look at this one. You started your startup on your birthday? Happy birthday! Your birthday is Valentine's Day? Is that good or bad? I have an alfalfa sprout back here. What is... Let's reapply headphones. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. It is good. Valentine's candy on your birthday. Okay, I need to look in here. Okay, so this is everything's working kind of. It's just this one dumb thing. This is what happens when you try to make services robust. I was trying to be like, oh well, I should add it so that clicks have a cooldown, and this is me paying for it. Awesome. I'm glad you had a good day. How was it growing up though? Was it ever weird? I know, you know, like friends that have birthdays on other holidays sometimes are not super jazzed about it. Why can't you work? Redis // host :port. It seems fine, right? Seems totally fine. Okay, I will close the secret window and we can go back to here. Here's the thing. So I've been working on this Twitch extension that lets you just click on the video and then I get the clicks and then I can do weird things with them. So that's the whole thing I'm doing. It's been going pretty well. I've been working on it for a week or so for a Twitch extension contest, and the winner gets $15,000. And everything's been going great, and I just decided today I'm gonna work on the back end of it, and I broke everything. It's all ruined. Yeah, I'm not much of a birthday celebrator either, actually. I feel like it was a weird thing. I don't know if it's probably just partially a side effect, but my birthday was always on spring break growing up, so I never had like mini parties at school or whatever. I feel like that affected my whole life. Why can't you connect, my friend? But weirdly, the other thing can. So I feel like the secret is to just figure out, are you doing anything special in here? Options. So when we create, I showed the secrets. Oh man, I blew it. Okay, that's fine. I have to just change the key again. It's not, I've shown the secrets like 45 times now. I keep doing this. I keep accidentally showing all my secrets. I'm not even exactly sure how you would exploit the secret at this point, but because none of this stuff is actually live, but I will have to go to the walk of shame to the secret generator. No, they let me. Twitch knows that I'm going to keep doxing myself, so I can just go and revoke the old key and add a new one. Which maybe I should do right now so I don't forget. But I feel like I'm just like right on top of this. So close. We're so close here. This thing, that's where I get the adapter, so when we call that. I mean, kind of the only thing. Request timeout. This is pretty lame because this part works just fine and it's the exact same Redis server, and we seemingly never have problems with this. Or do we? Maybe we do. Maybe this has always been broken. Because I hadn't considered that. Is it possible that it's always been broken? Well, you know, now that you say that, I thought it had been because we're using it for the socket.io part, and that part actually seemed to be working. Like the pub sub stuff on that seemed to be working, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's truly breaking in these two separate instances, and maybe like this adapter just is failing gracefully when it fails. What's annoying about that is that this is Amazon Elasticache, And so I can't easily even get to that Redis server. It's like deep in some imaginary cloud, but that's maybe the case. Maybe that's actually what is happening, is that the other one is failing too, and it's just failing more gracefully. So how could I get to it? Every part. So one of the pieces of this for the contest is that you have to use AWS, and that has been easily the most frustrating, infuriating part. I had it all working on Heroku in like 10 minutes. It was so easy, no problem. Everything was set up, and then I was like, okay, I guess I better port this. And it hasn't been great. Yeah, you could even, I technically could have used Docker and made a Docker image, because there is Amazon Farpoint where you can just deploy with Docker images. But there was just that horrible news a few days ago that like something was fundamentally compromised security-wise in Docker. It was scary. Anyway, the front end part, the Elastic Beanstalk, EC2, all of that land is working. So yeah, what was it? The Doomsday Docker security hole 4 days ago. Major container flaw. You better go change everything. Sorry to give you nightmares. Don't be scared. Okay, so maybe I'm just never hitting. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I'm just the messenger. It may well be that I'm not able to get to this. So like how do we do this? I just want to use it. How to use. Yeah, but how can I can't even talk to this. Like, sure, I'll install the Redis client, but this stuff is like, I believe, not even visible outside here. I mean, outside in the real world. I think it's only available in the... Well, I'd have to make... So it lives in the whatever VPC, the Amazon Virtual Private Cloud. So I could probably punch a hole in it so I could get to that. Alternatively, I could have set up, which I should have done but I didn't do, set it up so that my EC2 instance through Elastic Beanstalk is available through SSH. Authorize access. Is that what I'm missing? Is that what I'm missing here? This section assumes you're familiar with launching. I'm not familiar with anything. Access pattern for accessing an Elastic Cache cluster in a virtual private cloud. Okay, so accessing an Elasticache cluster when it and the Amazon EC2 service are in the same VPC. So I believe these are in the same VPC. Oh, look, here's a helpful diagram. Very good. How can I verify this? The VPC you live on is... how do I know? as a security group. I think it does. Create a VPC security group for my cluster. The security group can be used to restrict access to the cluster. Okay, the default port, okay. This sounds so stupid and awful. The source. I think they're in the same security group though. 8110. Oh no. Elastic Beanstalk, Elastic Cache, EC2. So my security groups, I think I only have one. Oh, I have so many. Oh my God. 8110 is the default security group. So do I need to... I don't know why I have two security groups for... Security group for the Beanstalk environment. Yeah, I had thought that when they were in the same little cloud that it was okay. I didn't think that there was any battling in there, but I was wrong. I was dead wrong, seemingly. So I don't want to. Man, this is such a every piece of this. Okay, so. Create a VPC security group for my cluster. Create a VPC security group for my EC2 instances. Create custom rules that allow connections from the... Okay. Do what? I only have one. I'm all in this world. So how do I know... Custom TCP role here, inbound from the source. So is this what needs to happen here? I just need a rule. Can I just put this on the default? Edit inbound rules for this, which is the default. A TCP role from 6397. Select or create a security group that you will use for your cluster instances. I'm going to be slightly nervous. Like, how do I... Should I not use the default one? Should I create a new one? I don't know. Okay, let's try this. What is my port? 6379. So in this case, the source is custom, and it will be from... Can I just say anywhere for just a minute? Just try it. Custom is a security group. So from my default security group. So this is the load balancer, but it's really got to be from you, I think. This is my Elastic Beanstalk security group. Great. This looks great. Custom TCP 6397, custom my security group, my description. Oh. It needs to be whatever container you are initiating the connection from. Well, this is, I think it's here, because this is the security group that is the Elastic Beanstalk one, not the load balancer one. Wait, why doesn't this have a name? Didn't I give it a name? Oh, that's the group name. Wait, is group name supposed to be something different? Uh-oh. Wait. What is the group name? Well, it's just whatever nonsense. Okay, how can I possibly know? That's when they're in different worlds. So, does this actually matter? Like if I can just say... Like I sort of just want to say allow from anywhere and not worry about it. I also feel like I didn't make this correctly. Okay, we want to create a security group. The security group name and we did an inbound add role TCP port 6379. I'm just going to try anywhere. Okay, now what? It's kind of weird that, like, how do I say that this needs to be, so the security group type the, of which security group though? Is this like my, for the EC2 instances, which I think but I don't want to do that. I want to try to just do it from anywhere. Let's see if this works. And then unfortunately, man, I should have just turned SSH on. Can I still do that? I wonder if I can. It would have made my life easier. Don't know if that is updated or not. It's a little hard to tell. Seems like it didn't actually work. $379 is what we said. What if this is not the appropriate? This is not very fun. The simplest way. Oh, well, the simplest way. Then what is this separate thing? Like, what are you... Create custom rules and security that allow connections from the security group. Okay, I probably shouldn't have done it anywhere. That was just reckless. What was I thinking? Justin, thanks so much for stopping by. Happy birthday. Go to bed. Nobody wants to watch this anyway. No one should have to see this. Okay, let's try to do it the way I'm actually supposed to do it. Do these even have any rules? So these, yeah, that's the load balancer. Or one is the load balancer. I always suffer with AWS. I don't know what it is. Some mental block. Okay, let's try again. Good night. Oh, I think I also know another part of the problem, actually. Probably need to go put that thing in this security group. So we want it probably from you. So then do we need to go to this fellow and set a new security group? Parameter group, security group. What are you on here? What's even in the default security group? Anything? Wait, this says if you're in the default security group, you should get all traffic from the default security group. So why isn't that working? Oh, this seems like maybe not the problem, unfortunately. This seems like if we're in the same security group, then we're good. Let me go make sure that this jerk is in the right security group. Okay, let me like switch here for a minute in case something is secret. How do you set the security group? I guess we can just add this to all the security groups. I don't think we need to. I feel like if we have all that stuff, we don't need this. I feel like those instructions are misleading. These names are very helpful also. Okay, well, let's try. I don't know if this is new or not. With the instance security policy. Lilybite, you're forcing the commercials. I'm sorry. Hello, how's it going? Hello and welcome all to this really boring, not fun at all thing that I'm fighting with. I'm sorry you had to watch commercials. Lily, AWS, killing my heart. It's killing my heart. Broken. Every stream you stream a little stream. Select the Redis. Go to my Elasticache dashboard. Redis. Click on modify. I guess I can just set up to always allow this. My heart, Lily, my poor, it's Valentine's. My heart shouldn't feel like that. Oh, Valentine's Day is over. So now I guess it's okay to suffer. Travesty. This is a tragic time we live in. Okay, I think this still doesn't work. We know what the problem is. I think we just need to fix it tomorrow. I think, like, we can't. My clicks aren't properly clicking. It's a real shame. I can't find anything. This. How was your stream, Lily? Are you streaming? Of course you're streaming. How would you rate if you weren't streaming? Absurd question. Wait, I got 200s. That seemed like I got a value back. No. I got a value back from the options check, but not the actual thing. These are all going to fail. Still. For a moment, it seemed like things were good. That's rude. Did they do it just like that? Hello, your project is terrible. You don't need them. Okay. This is, I need to just open this up a little more. You do? You've never done that to me. Are you here to tell me my project is terrible? Not tonight. Okay. Not because it's, you know, it's Valentine's Day. You don't want to break my heart too much. You can already see that I'm a crushed person. Yeah, here all the errors just came back. My millions of 502s. So I know what the problem is. It's just getting the pieces to work together, which is, you know, that's usually the issue. So how do we go about that problem? So first I want to see if I can like poke a hole. What groups am I in? Wait, now I'm only here. But that should mean anything to anything. Like anything to anything should work, right? Like maybe. See, you know, sometimes I just make things up. How do I know what group this jerk is in? I almost scrolled down to where all the secret environment variables are, but this time I didn't. Good job, me. Instances? Where do all you people live? This security group. Can I just stick you in the default group? So you're in this one. The 0F77 one is where you live. Did I just add this to that? No. Yes, you're now in the 0F77th group. And when I go here and look at the 0F77th group, it says not really what I want. I could add that to the default group, I guess. Okay, I think I know what to do. I think I got it. I think I got it. We need to make here's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna create a new security group. This is our Elasticache group. These groups are so weird. Oops. Okay, also, I want to make sure that Backblaze, I've been going for 3 hours. So much of that's been just fighting this stupid thing. Pause back up, please. Okay, so we make this security group. This jerk is gonna live in here. Inbound traffic, we're gonna say on port, whatever that port is, this one, from the security group, the 0F77 one is all good. We welcome it. Also, I think I'm just going to add this, that this can also just come from anywhere. Just for now. May not be in the format sg-. Okay, call it this. Fine with me. Okay, now we go to this dude here. We modify this. We edit this. And we say that this thing is only in the Elasticache group. Modify. And then actually, what happens if I do this? How does it even work? The heck is this? H hostname P port. Okay. Well, that's silly. Shouldn't that be H help? Okay, this already doesn't look good. It's not looking good. This still seems like it's doing something though. Okay, no longer seems to be doing something. This is not the security group I want to be in. Right? It is. It's called Elasticache, but that's the thing. Okay, that is the security group I want to be in. I cannot seem to just connect from out here. Not cool. I'd hope that would be true. Cinestics, how's it going? You're here to help me? You look very ready to go with your wrenches. I appreciate that. I needed that. I need a pep talk also. Is Moobot running? Can I have a pep talk? Okay, now I feel better. This is so not fun or interesting. This is like the least cool part of anything ever. I feel like I said, anybody on the internet, please steal everything. Please use my server. How do I do the thing? I thought there's a way to say, let me in. You got it right, first try. Oh yeah, cool. That's good. I'm glad you said that because it seemed like I did it wrong every single time. But I'm glad to hear that I nailed it first try. Access patterns. I believe in you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. This almost seemed like it was going to work, right? Like this seemed like a thing that could work. Humans might look at that and be like, good work. I think, okay, I just can't find the document that tells me how to do this because I'm pretty sure there's a way to do this. From outside AWS. You're accessing Redis cluster. Oh, good grief. I need a NAT instance. Okay, forget that part. Forget I ever said anything. Let's do this instead. Let's redeploy. I mean, maybe this could just work. Probably not though. Turn on heat, start clicking. A 429 error. I think it worked. It worked. Am I getting kisses? Cinestics, you brought me luck. Okay, try it. Click on me. Wait, I saw one kiss. Oh, because okay. Well, now it's kind of boring because I can't click as many kisses as I want. This whole thing was just to... Okay, man. Okay. Well, I think I understand the pieces. I need to remove... I'm going to remove one thing. We don't need this anymore. We don't need this anymore. Save this. Let me change the timeout. How do I do that? Okay, here's the deal. We need to... I have to stay secretive for a second because there's secrets in here, even though I'm pretty sure I already gave away the secret. We set a cooldown variable, and right now it's set to 1 second. Let's let people click 10 times per second. Go in here, we'll go here, we'll go here, we will go here, and then we will go somewhere called here. Cooldown. Let's change cooldown to 0.1 and let's see how we do. Okay, so for anyone who's wondering what I'm doing or what's going on, sorry if you've already heard this a dozen times. I'm working on a Twitch extension that will just let you click on the video and then I can get your clicks and do weird things with them. And it's for this Twitch extension contest. And if I win, I get $15,000. And I think it could be cool. We've made some pretty weird experiments with this already on stream. The testing of it is a little annoying. So people can beta test, but I have to add them individually. But if this works, let's see. That's not enough kisses. We've got to wait for... I want at least 10 kisses per second. This is like 1 kiss per second is not adequate. 15,000. I know, it's pretty crazy. This is not enough kisses. Okay, now the kisses are gone entirely, implying that the server went down. Where am I? Where's the more kisses? Okay, yeah, 10 kisses per second. Okay. Man, that was a pain in the butt. That also means that Redis was never working. I was tricked. I was tricked into thinking that Redis was working. Oh my gosh. Okay. Man, I've been streaming for too long. I need to be quiet. Probably my neighbors are sleeping. It's late at night. I need to brush my teeth and go to bed. Man, that was a... Okay. Let me just hop in here. Okay, so that's all good. That's all good. 10 clicks per second seems pretty good. Let's do some stuff. Let's go. Let's commit this, even though I don't actually know that I have any changes. Do I? My computer. Okay, I think I have no changes because those changes are all server side. Okay, so that's good. I think we're all good in this whole realm. I can't close this window though. And some of these things actually may need some, what else? What else did I even change? This was hopefully just a URL change. Yeah, that's not important. That's not important. Those things aren't important. Okay, cool. So this never connected because we didn't do NAT stuff. That's fine. We could do it probably. So now we should be able to click this Earth and terraform 10 times per second. So I will just click on my... Yeah, okay. Come back. And in the video we get kisses, great, because the kiss overlay is still running. We can kiss this planet. Beautiful. What a wonderful world to kiss. Okay, well, Cinestics, I feel like I probably need to give you a cut of the money if I win because you brought good luck. Lily brought good luck and didn't hurt my feelings. Draklin helped me, but then he went to bed. And so, hard to say. I mean, it's hard to say. I don't know. Justin was helpful. Everybody was. It was a group. It took a village. It was a group effort. We all did it to add a feature that seemed like it was going to be pretty easy and then was hard, but we discovered a problem along the way, and so that's good. And so I think I'm done for tonight. Lily, I'm so pleased that you came by. It's nice to see your smiling pink name. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm done. Thanks for spending part of your Valentines with me. Thanks for being my Valentine. Can I have some kisses? Yes, thank you. Thanks for being my Valentine. And I don't know what thumbnail to use for this video because it was mainly just me in anger. Maybe it should just be this. Should this be the thumbnail? We'll go with that. Okay, excellent. Okay, thank you so much, all. Have a lovely night. I hope to see you soon. Hopefully the next stream will not be as boring back-end heavy. Farewell.